Good morning, my dear young minds. Welcome back to biology session. How are you all? Are you fine? Right. Come back to situation. In previous class, we have discussed what is guttation, what is transpiration, how do plants absorb water. Okay, what is root pressure? This whole topic was completed. Today, we will discuss transpiration pull. Transpiration pull. As I told previously, transpiration means the process of evaporation of excess amount of water into surroundings in the form of vapor in the presence of sunlight through stomata or lentil cell is known as transpiration. In such a way, on one hand, plant evaporate excess amount of water into surroundings, on the other hand, plant body pick up bulk amount of water from soil. Suppose this is plant. On one hand, plant evaporate excess amount of water into surroundings. It create pulling effect. It create pulling effect in the xylem elements and xylem, that means xylem wedges and tracheids. So due to pulling effect of xylem wedges and tracheids, plant pick up bulk amount of water and minerals from soil through their root system and translocate bulk amount of water over several hundred meters of height. That is called transpiration pull. Because diffusion, osmosis, root pressure and active transport, these are all applicable for only shorter distances, very shorter distances, but not for longer distances. Hence, how tall trees pick up bulk amount of water, minerals, nutrients, amino acids and phytohormones means based on transpiration pull. Pull. You know difference between pull and push. Pull and suppose pull, push. Pull, push. Pull means suction through a straw. Suction through a straw. An example, take one coconut. Green coconut. Cut it. Then place one straw. You can drink water through straw. That is called suction through a straw. Like that. Suction through a straw. That is called pulling effect. That is also known as negative hydrostatic pressure gradient. Negative hydrostatic pressure gradient. Best example, suction through a straw. And a positive hydrostatic pressure gradient, best example, garden hose. Garden hose pipe. That means water pump pick up water and translocate it to surrounding garden or land. That is called positive hydrostatic pressure gradient. But negative hydrostatic pressure gradient, best example, suction through a straw. That create pulling effect. The same point applicable for tall trees. Based on transpiration pull, tall trees pick up bulk amount of water, minerals, nutrients, etc. and transfer to all parts of the plant. Hope you understood. Here some steps important. Cohesion, adhesion and surface tension. Surface tension. Three words important. Cohesion means attraction between water molecule. Attraction between water molecule is called cohesion. Adhesion means attraction between water molecule and surface. It is water molecule. Attraction between water molecule and lateral walls. Lateral walls. Lateral wall. Example, xylem wall, that means xylem vessels and tracheids. xylem vessels and xylem tracheids. Two examples. Observe carefully. Question means attraction between water molecule, mutual attraction between adjacent water molecule is called cohesion. Adhesion means attraction between water molecule and surface wall. Example, xylem vessels and xylem tracheids. X means xylem, I wrote short form. Understand? Okay. So when water moves up through xylem vessels or xylem tracheids, a type of bonding takes place between water molecule and lateral wall. That is called adhesion. Next, surface tension. Surface tension means attraction between water molecule is more in liquid than to that of water in gaseous form. There are two forms, liquid form, gaseous form. Attraction between water molecule in liquid form is high than to that of water in gaseous form, because gas also contains small amount of water in the form of vapor. Yes or no? Therefore, the term surface tension represent attraction between water molecule in liquid form is more than to that of water in gaseous form. That is the meaning of surface tension. Based on these three principles, cohesion, adhesion and surface tension, bulk amount of water translocated over several meters of height. Understood now? Okay. First, root hair pick up water and minerals, transfer to lateral root to main root to xylem vessels and tracheids, from there to stem to all aerial parts of the plant. Okay, so bulk amount of water, minerals, nutrients, amino acids and phytohormones such as auxins, gibberellins, cytokinins, this type of phytohormones also translocated over several hundred meters of height because of transpiration pull. That is the importance of transpiration pull. Clear? Water, minerals, nutrients, amino acids and phytohormones. So these not only water, along with water, rest of the other substance also move towards up over several hundred meters of height. That is the importance of transpiration pull. Okay, during daytime in presence of sunlight, stomata open, that means God cells open. Then what happen? Plant body gets heat. Then plant liberate excess amount of water into surroundings in the form of vapor. Thereby leaf gets cool. Due to transpiration, the part of the leaf gets cool. Both the dorsal side and the ventral surface of the leaf gets cool. Finally, the total plant body gets cool. General example, during summer season, even our body also gives sweat. After sweating, our body also gets cool. The same phenomenon applicable for plants. During daytime in presence of sunlight, plant also maintain standard temperature by transpiration. After transpiration, plant body gets cool and plant body also maintain optimum temperature. Sometimes around 10 to 15 degree Celsius temperature also decreases. Approximately 10 to 15 degrees Celsius temperature also decrease due to transpiration. Clear? Now we discuss transpiration experiment. The topic already covered at school level class 9th and 10th. Okay, remember what is cohesion, what is adhesion, what is surface tension, their importance. Clear? Take one healthy potted plant. Select one healthy potted plant. It contains number of branches. It consists of large number of branches. Okay. Select one suitable size of bag. Suitable size of polythene bag. Suitable size of polythene bag. A polythene bag tie with thread. Then pour water to the plant with regular intervals. Very simple concept. This topic already covered at school level class 9th and 10th. Transpiration experiment. Select one healthy potted plant which contain 2 to many branches, and select one suitable size of polythene bag, plastic cover. Select a small branch, put inside the bag as shown in the figure. Then tie the mouth of the polythene bag with the thread. Then pour water to the plant with regular intervals. Then keep this entire setup under sunlight for 3 to 4 hours, daytime, in presence of light. Then what happened? Plant pick up water, root system pick up water and transfer to all, that means translocate it to all parts of the plant. Then what happened? After some time period, you may notice a large number of bubbles, large number of droplets of water you can observe on the inner side of the polythene bag. That indicates transpiration. Droplets. Water droplets. Polythene bag. Clear? So, and from where these droplets of water coming inside the polythene bag means by transpiration. Because in presence of light, leaf perform transpiration and leaf release excess amount of water into surroundings in the form of vapor, and vapor condense to form droplets. Hence, we can observe large number of droplets of water on the inner side of the polythene bag. That indicates transpiration. A simple experiment. Hope you understood. Clear, right? Now discuss structure of stomata. The structure of stomata. As all of you know, stomata consists of 2 guard cells. Inner side microtubules, nucleus, chloroplast, God cell, nucleus, microfilaments or microtubules, subsidiary cells, epidermal cells, aperture, stomatal aperture, etc. Thin wall, thick wall, etc. The structure of stomata you might have studied even in previous chapter, anatomy of flowering plants. The stomata in dicot leaf and stomata structure in monocot leaf. Dicot leaf also called dorsiventral leaf, whereas monocot leaf also known as isobilateral leaf. Differences you know very well. Once go through structure of stomata and once have a glance what are the parts and diagram. God cell. There are a pair of God cell, bean-shaped God cells. Each God cell contains large number of microtubules, which helps in opening and closing position of God cells. Clear? Next, nucleus. Each cell has prominent nucleus, definite nucleus with large number of chloroplast. Small dot indicates chloroplast. So, due to presence of chloroplast, God cell also perform photosynthesis like mesophyll cells. Clear? Next, God cells on the outer side enveloped with subsidiary cells, because subsidiary cells make direct contact with the God cells. Next, subsidiary cells again, that means subsidiary cells envelop with epidermal cells. So outer layer epidermal cells, below epidermal cells subsidiary cells, below subsidiary cells God cells. These three types of cells protect stomatal aperture. Opening, natural opening of the stomata is called stomatal aperture. Okay. How the mechanism of stomata open and close. Now we will discuss. Mostly in presence of sunlight, stomata becomes open. During night, stomata remain closed. What is the mechanism? Behind that? Means potassium pump theory. Right. All of you practice the diagrammatic representation. Okay, clear? Now, one of the God cells, potassium ions, chloride ions, protons. During daytime, in the presence of sunlight, potassium ions and chloride ions enter God cell. Then what happened? Ions concentration gradient gradually increase in God cell. Then protons eliminated from God cells to surrounding subsidiary cells. According to osmosis definition, movement of water takes place from the region of higher water potential to the region of lower water potential. Now, in God cells, water potential is low due to higher concentration of potassium and chloride ions, but outer side the rate of water potential is high. Based on osmosis definition, movement of water takes place from surrounding subsidiary cells to God cell. Then what happened? The size of the God cell bulge. The size of the God cell bulge in size. That helps in opening position of stomata. This total mechanism occur in presence of light, sunlight, daytime. In presence of light, clear. Then night, what happened? During night time, what happened? The total mechanism reversely occurred, reverse direction. Means protons, means potassium ions eliminated, chloride ions also eliminated, but protons enter into God cell. Then water molecule also leave from God cell. Whatever the changes occur during daytime, that all changes occur reverse manner during night. Hence, bulged cell become shrunken. That helps in closing position of stomata. That means what? Potassium ions, chloride ions leave from God cell. God cell to surrounding subsidiary cells. Then protons, H plus ions, protons enter God cell from subsidiary cell. Clear? So due to exit or efflux, influx, efflux, two terms are there. It is influx. Efflux. Influx means entry of chloride ions and potassium ions into the God cell is called influx. Efflux means exit of chloride ions and potassium ions from God cells to surrounding subsidiary cells. That is called efflux. So due to efflux of ions concentration gradient more in surrounding subsidiary cell than to that of God cell. Now, based on osmosis principle, movement of water takes place from God cells to surrounding subsidiary cells. So water move from God cell. That is the reason the size of the God cell decrease. That helps in closing position of stomata. That is called potassium pump theory. Very important. Potassium pump theory. K plus potassium pump theory. Potassium pump theory. These are the changes occur in presence of light during daytime, and these are the changes occurs at night in absence of sunlight. Hope you understood. Understood now, right? That is the mechanism behind opening and closing position of this stomata. Clear? Next, all of you practice mechanism, don't forget. Transpiration, in leaf. Once you go through diagrammatic representation, upper epidermis, cuticle, well, transverse section of leaf. Already you might have studied in previous chapter anatomy of flowering plants. Clear? And it is vascular bundle. Vascular bundle. Okay. Xylem cells. Phloem cells. Xylem, phloem, cuticle, epidermis, means adaxial epidermis. It is abaxial epidermis. God cells, stomatal aperture, or stomatal pore, both are same. Palisade parenchyma, spongy parenchyma, chloroplast, look here. Transpiration in leaf. Select any dorsiventral leaf, that means dicot leaf. Take one sharp blade, make a transverse section. You know how to cut all these things. Internal structure of dorsiventral leaf. Adaxial epidermis means upper epidermis. Abaxial epidermis means lower epidermis. Outer a cuticle layer. Mesophyll tissue. It has two parts, palisade parenchyma and spongy parenchyma. Vascular bundle. It is bundle sheath. Vascular bundle made up of two types of complex tissues, xylem tissues and phloem tissues. The position of xylem towards adaxial means upper side, and the position of phloem towards abaxial means lower side. Remember, xylem, phloem position in a leaf. But in case of stem, reverse. Phloem upside, xylem downside. In case of leaf, xylem upside and phloem downside, reverse. One important neat objective question. Clear? Xylem vessels are more thick in size, whereas phloem are very thin in size. Because in xylem, cell wall is made up of lignin. Due to deposition of lignin, xylem vessels are more thick in size. They play a crucial role in translocation of water. Okay. Xylem adheres to intercellular space. Intercellular space. And from there to stomatal aperture. From there to outer side. According to diffusion principle, movement of water takes place from the region of higher water potential to the region of lower water potential. Now, water potential is high in leaf than to that of outer atmosphere. Hence, according to osmosis or diffusion principle, movement of water diffuse out. It diffuse out from the region of higher water potential to the region of lower water potential. That is called transpiration. See arrow mark showing clearly, arrow mark showing movement of water vapor from xylem elements to intercellular space, from there to stomatal aperture, from there to outer side. All of you practice this mechanism. Important, don't forget. Hope you understood. Are you getting my point? In such a way, plant lost excess amount of water into surroundings in the form of vapor during daytime in presence of sunlight. That is called transpiration. Clear? Right? Next, plants are of two kinds. C3 plants and C4 plants. In previous chapter, photosynthesis, there you might have studied difference between C3 plants and C4 plants. Okay. C4 plants are quite efficient than to that of C3 plants, because C4 plants tolerate water stress conditions and high temperature conditions. C4 plants optimum temperature approximately 30 to 40 degrees Celsius temperature, whereas C3 plants the average temperature 25 to 30 or approximately 25 to 30 degree Celsius temperature. Hence, C3 plants never tolerate water stress conditions and high temperature conditions, whereas C4 plants tolerate water stress conditions, adverse conditions and high temperature conditions. Moreover, C4 plants pick up more carbon dioxide and produce more glucose, more food, while C3 plants pick up less carbon dioxide and produce less glucose, less food. Difference between C3 plants and C4 plants. The rate of transpiration also, more in C4 plants but less in C3 plants, because number of stomata also more in C4 plants, that means grass plants, whereas number of stomata less in C3 plants. Example, dicot plants. The difference between dorsiventral leaf and isobilateral leaf. In dorsiventral leaf, number of stomata are low, but in isobilateral leaf, number of stomata are high on either sides of the leaf. Called isobilateral leaf. Hope you understood. Okay. All of you practice mechanism, and today I stop here. Rest of the part let me continue next video. All of you watch this video properly, understand the concept. After completion of watching video, same topic, once read in NCERT, then go through assignment. Thank you very much. Bye, see you and prepare well.